Let us discuss second approximation formulas for Gauss siedal iterative method. We will have in second approximation x2 equals 1 by a1 times d1 minus b1 y1 minus c1 z1, where y1 and z1 will be taken from first approximation. Y2 equals d2 minus a2 x2 minus c2 z1 divided by b2, where x2 will be taken from the current iteration, which is the second iteration itself, and z1 will be taken from the previous iteration. Z2 equals d3 minus a3x2 minus b3y2 divided by c3, where x2 and y2 will be the updated values of variables x and y from the current iteration, which is the second iteration itself. In general, we have for any k plus 1th iteration, we have xk plus 1 equals 1 by a1 times d1 minus b1 yk minus c1 zk, where yk and zk are values taken from the previous iteration. Yk plus 1 equals 1 by b2 times d2 minus a2 xk plus 1 minus c2 zk, where xk plus 1 will be taken from the current iteration. Zk plus 1 equals 1 by c3 times d3 minus a3 xk plus 1 minus b3 yk plus 1, where xk plus 1 and yk plus 1 are values taken from the current iterations already evaluated. It is observed that rate of convergence of Gauss-Seidel iterative method is roughly twice to that of rate of convergence of Gauss-Jacobi iterative method.